Hello there, my beautiful, lovely, delightful internet friends. I sit in front of you approximately the exact location that I was on October 30th, 2017, when I filmed my very first Trauma Talk video. I wanted to sit back in approximately the same place for the very last Trauma Talk video I will ever make. When I look back to filming that very first video, I can viscerally remember internally what it felt like. I had learned enough to be able to function. Like I'd healed enough to be able to kind of function. I was able to start articulating things, which was a huge step in my journey. But I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that every day I still felt like I was bleeding out inside. And I had kind of come to peace with the fact that that is how I would always feel. Because it had been years at that point, and I was like, I've gotten better in so many areas, I've gone through therapy, I've figured out a lot of stuff, but it felt like there was a cut inside of me that could not heal, that would never heal, that no matter how good I was, no matter how functional I was, no matter how okay I was, no matter how many good relationships I had in my life, I was irreparably damaged, and I felt that bleeding out every day. I knew that life was worth living, I knew that life was worth fighting for, I knew that I could live that way forever if I had to, and I wanted to be a part of that change and a part of hope for other people, as people had done for me in an area that I thought was really lacking. And so I recorded that first video, and then I recorded another one, and for the first few years of recording those videos about life in the aftermath of the trauma that I went through, that I'm willing to share publicly, I still felt that bleeding every damn day. And a lot of things have happened in my life personally since that first video. One of the largest, hey, you know, I had 2 legs when I first filmed that video. And though the last few years have been a lot, they've been really good. And I can tell you, my dear, beautiful internet friend, that I'm not bleeding anymore. Like at some point in the last year and a half, whatever that was, scarred over. And I'm not at all sitting here in front of you being like, I'm totally healed, I'm good, everything's fantastic. But what I am saying is that I don't have that feeling every moment I wake up. I don't have that feeling with every interaction that I have, that I'm always broken and always different. I'm okay. For the first time, I think, in my life, I can sit here and say, with complete sincerity, I'm okay. But back to the reason that I'm making this video. As I began Trauma Talk, I realized really quickly that putting things into words was really healing. Publicly speaking about things, putting things into sentences and paragraphs that made sense to other people, made them start to make sense to me. So making videos is really a fantastic therapeutic and coping exercise for me, as well as being something I'm so passionate about and so grateful to be able to do. And so during the course of this, when I went through my leg amputation, I started a second channel called Footless Joe. Most of you probably know about it, some of you may not. And I started sharing my story of amputation and the mental health journey of that and other things along those lines over there. That channel, in a very unexpected twist, I can't stress unexpected enough, kind of blew up and became a career, is now something that I do full time, speaking about those topics. But here's the thing, with how social media works, I felt very segmented. Like I can talk about trauma related things over here, and I can talk about amputation things over here, and occasionally I can throw in another topic, and hopefully the algorithm gods will smile on me enough and not like banish my channel for it. But YouTube specifically, but social media in general, likes it if you stick to one subject. But in doing that, in the work that I do, I've started to feel like it's kind of segmented me out as a person, and I don't want to be Trauma Talk Joe and Footless Joe and then Real Joe. I just want to be here. I just want to be Joe and talk about the subjects I've always talked about, but in one place, as who I am today, which is why this is the last video I'm going to be publishing on Trauma Talk, which is a weird sentence to say because this project has been my baby for a long time. Like I've done a lot with other videos, I've done a lot with other things, but this is the stuff that I will always be desperately passionate about talking about, and I'm tired of kind of keeping that separate from who I am on the rest of the internet and who I am in the world. So, with that being said, all future videos will be on Footless Joe. We're gonna keep them all in one place. We're gonna expand the topics that I talk about over there and keeping in one place because I don't feel like I can do a good job of managing content that's different in a bunch of different places, and also I'm tired of having to do that for the algorithm gods, and so I'm just gonna take a risk, put it all in one place and see what happens. In any case, this is something I'm incredibly grateful to be able to do. So when I say that it is the end of one era, the beginning of another, what I'm saying is I am not going anywhere. You can find me everywhere at Footless Joe. I'll still be talking about the things that matter to me, about my life, about my experiences, about everything you are used to here and more. And I hope that you will join me if you feel like it over there. Thank you for being with me through some very difficult years. Thank you for listening. as I figured things out for myself, and I continue to. Thank you for your messages and your comments. Thank you for sharing your stories. It's one of the greatest honors that I've ever had, to hear so many of your voices, so many of your experiences, and to be trusted with those. There are so many things that I could say, but this has meant the world to me. I am unbelievably grateful that I've had the opportunity to do this and that I get to continue in another place. But for now, this chapter closes. Trauma Talk will remain fully functional in the archived capacity of all the videos I have published here, and I hope that you'll join me over on Footless Joe. So for the very last time here on Trauma Talk, to you watching this video right now, thank you so much for spending a few minutes out of your day here with me today. You could be anywhere else in the world doing anything else, and you chose to hang out with me for a few minutes, and I really appreciate that. I look forward to seeing you over on Footless Joe. I love you guys. I'm thinking about you. Take care of yourselves, my beautiful friends. Bye.